Advantage and disadvantage is given to Raven. Oh, Raven gave herself disadvantage. That doesn't work.
Balancing out.
That doesn't work.
Okay. Did.
That's so funny. Same thing, like Ureva gave herself what advantage one time or a health potion?
No, I think I gave it to someone else in the group. Well, maybe, I don't know, but yeah.
All right, so last time on the Hoard of the Dragon Queen, we were joined within an inner room on this castle, Skyreach Castle, a far chamber on the northeastern side, which seemed to be a library of sorts. And within were two red wizards, a captive, and a knight. The two red wizards, of which one were known to be Asbara Joss, had spoken I can't think of the word, a little pompously, I guess, arrogant, looking to try to defend the castle from the giants outside who were storming it. And the knight was found to be Ondar, alive at long last. But he seems to have been twisted towards a more nefarious scheming. And as Ondar charged forth, shouting words of arrogance and misguided notions, the rest of the party strode on. For within the chamber was Rezmir, the captain and leader of the cult as far as they knew. And though Ondar gave a dazzling display in front of them, they did not want to kill him. Various party members spoke out, appealing to his senses of honor and valor and the good that they still believed to be within him. And through fire and ice and magic blasts, perhaps they got through to him. For as Asbara fell to Ireva, shooting across the chamberway, weaving her arrows through the melee, Ondar seems to have been influenced. And the other red wizard, turning invisible, moving along towards the prisoner, Freddy cast a fireball of his own, and as the flames dissipated, showing scorched books and everything within, the body of Rezmir laying still upon the floor, dissipating into black ash, he saw another body appear. The captive, a woman. As he moved closer, saw that she was being dragged away, her lifeless form beginning to float in the air outside, chasing after Freddy knew. This was Francesca, his beloved. Who knows how she came to be so far away from home, here in these mountains upon this castle, kidnapped by the cult. And as her body drifted away, Ondar retreated back closer within the chamber, opening up a book to make an incantation, disappearing into a portal. And with Rezmir slain, Asbara laying dead upon the library floor, and Ondar disappeared, it looked as if for the moment they had gained a victory. But to Freddy, this victory was hollow. Seeing his beloved floating away, lifeless and limp, was all too much for Freddy to bear. And as he stared out over the countryside, the rest of his allies came by to grab him and soothe him, for the time was nigh, and battles were still being had outside. The party thought quickly, searching about the chamber, finding a number of spell books, some on alchemy. Trying to discover what the plans were, they could not, but knew that they must speak with Blagothkus. And so they quickly moved from the chamber up to the top upper courtyard of Skyreach Castle to speak with the Cloud Giant. He was in a far western tower that appeared to be a control room, with many knobs and gemstones turned and pulled. He spoke with them, eventually landing Skyreach Castle upon the ground in the foothills of the mountains, to their request as they ran across to a far tower, for it was in this high blue tower that apparently the Red Wizard had landed. Freddy quickly ascended on some ropes with the rest of his party to see that a hasty circle of teleportation had been drawn upon its floor. Discovering that this teleportation was located to somewhere down towards the south, knowing once again the words of a important location to the cult echoing through their ears: the Well of Dragons. And as the party feels the shudder of the castle landing upon the ground, that takes us to the present moment. I ask you all, what do you do?
I believe Ureva was on her way to make an additional offering to Blagothkus. Apologize for some outbursts, and once again request that they be allowed to travel with the castle. So I think she was heading on her own.
I don't think Beamok would let her go by herself, but he wouldn't let the giant see him. He would escort her, but then, not go in that tower where the giant was driving the castle.
So is Blagothkus still in here now, or he's somewhere else?
Blagothkus has come out of the tower. Put him on.
Okay. Alright, so Ureva will up to here, walk quickly, and then she will approach more slowly. And she will, call out, "Mighty ruler of Skyreach, Blagothkus."
I have landed the castle as you have asked for.
She will nod her head. "You have more thanks than I can put into words for your gracious cooperation and assistance. I have come to give you another valuable item we have found in our travels. And I believe it was Vima that gave her the...
Useless broken statuette, I think.
Yes.
I mean, it's actually worth quite a bit of gold, I think. I can't remember what the monetary value was.
Yes, damaged black dragon statuette. Shows 1,200. But it's also... Oh, it doesn't weigh... Yeah, it weighs quite a bit, too.
She's probably dragging it like...
Oh, nope, she's still... Because she dropped the dragon bone, too. She gave a dragon bone to him. So she will approach. She will hold it out to him. While I do not know everything about this, it is worth quite a handsome sum. And I believe you would make good use of owning this, whether you decide to further enhance your riches or simply keep it itself.
While at first he seems kind of irritated and rushed to be on the way, now that you present him with a gift, his interest is piqued. He takes a hand up to his chin, rubs it with narrowed eyes, turning into a grin. May I see? And he holds out his hand.
She will place it in his outreached hand.
He takes it and kind of turns so that he puts it up in the air, kind of looking at it in the sun, turning it over. What does it do? Does it have any magical properties?
Out of character, it does not, does it? Did we actually find anything magical about it?
You did not.
I think we did.
But Ireva... see. Go ahead and roll me an insight.
Not the worst roll.
Okay. Ireva, you don't know much about giants, save for that there are different kinds, all with different racial properties, I guess you could say. You watching this giant, it seems like he's kind of putting on a show, almost. The fact that you have presented him with this gift and that he's really like looking at it, and he seems to be asking probing questions, like trying to surmise the exact value of this object that you give him, but you think he's kind of almost playing a game, sort of.
Okay. She will look him in the eyes. I have far too much respect for you, Sir Blagathkis, for me to even attempt to speak words that I cannot put confidence behind. I know not that this has any magical properties, or if they do, what it may, or if it does, what they may do. We were not able to find anything. All I know is that it is worth quite a bit, and I have personally not seen one like it in my years.
And as he's looking at it, his grin turns a little bit down, and it looks broken. What happened?
It was in that condition when we came upon it.
Roll me a deception.
Oh, am I lying? I guess I thought it was.
Yeah, I was about to say, no, it was not.
Oh, was it?
Remember Hawkeye set off the trap in the closet of the room we found it in? And it blew up and caused it to break.
Oh,
No. I believe when you guys were handling it, you failed.
Yeah, somebody dropped it.
It's when you picked it up because it's kind of cumbersome.
Oh.
Whoever picked it up did not succeed on that specific check, so it actually busted.
Oh, okay. Do you mind if I redo that statement instead of trying to lie to him? She actually is trying to be honest to him. Or do you want me to roll with that? Because that was a me mistake.
Go ahead.
Okay. She will Ireva will kind of have a little more of a sheepish look. I do admit one of my companions found it a bit too cumbersome. We're not all as strong as we would like to be, and it was dropped. And it took on the damage at that time.
At this, he frowns. And he takes the object and kind of tosses it onto the side. I have no use for worthless objects. Come, it is time. We must be off. You get off now.
She will continue looking at him and my companions and I came upon some new information, and I was hoping I could strike a deal with you. I understand that you went through the trouble of landing this castle for us to make our departure, and I was wondering if you would allow us to recant our request. I understand the trouble you've gone through. While we are traveling with you, we will do what we can to make up that trouble to you. I noticed there's quite a lot of treasure that was in the lair of Cloud Chaser. We can be the ones to excavate that treasure during the travels for you. Or if there's any other work you'd like to put us to on this castle, even if it's just dumping the bodies of the cult off of your royal holdings.
You would give yourselves as slave to Blagaskus?
And she kind of wince. I will be honest, I do not enjoy the word slaves. I am hoping we can view it more as payment for transportation and to make up for the trouble that you have already gone through. While we are traveling in the air between places, we can work to dig out, unbury, and reveal the vast amounts of treasure below your castle. And she'll kind of, if she notices her companions, like, coming out behind her, she'll kind of look back and like, hey, did you guys hear that? Are we agreeing?
I will be no slave to a giant, Ureva.
Vimak, we will not be slaves. He has already been gracious enough to help us in this endeavor of defeating the cults that were in this castle. Without his help, we would not have had the success as well as we did. It would have cost more than likely at least one of our lives. This is simply an exchange of our work for his helping us.
We have cleaned his house of vermin.
Blagaskus kind of stoops down a little bit to get a little more on your level, Ireva. And even so, he poses quite an intimidating figure. As you are speaking, you actually see two stone giants emerge from the tunnel down closer to your south. One of them looks to be injured, and the other one worn from battle.
Seeing these stone giants, Ireva, she notices them, right?
Yes.
Ireva will look at them, see the injury, and look back at King Blagaskus. And if you would allow us, I have more than one companion that knows the healing ways. We would love to help the giants that we fought with, your giants, your warriors. We'd love to help them recover. And she'll kind of look back at Rose and Freddy and Slurm and kind of like, would you be okay with that?
If need be.
Ireva has to stop herself from wincing, knowing how badly this is going.
I must admit, I don't have a lot of healing or spell casting abilities left, but if it does make us to where we can rest and stay on the castle to where we need to go, I can be of service in that area.
Transportation is not cheap, especially of this kind. I think it's fair compensation.
So once again, I ask you, King Blagethkus, for exchange of our efforts in extracting treasures and healing your warriors, will you allow us to remain on the castle and travel with you?
So now that he's kind of stooped down looking at you, he says, I have no need of your kind anymore. You have served your purpose. If you wish to enter into a contractual obligation, I may entertain that. But no, the treasure is mine. This is my castle. And you leave now. I have landed as you have requested.
I understand. Thank you for everything you have helped us with so far. You have been a most gracious host. And she'll just rejoin her companions at that, because she ain't looking to fight him. She tired. And she'll kind of make eye contact with the companions as she catches up and more or less shrug like I tried.
Am I supposed to heal them?
No.
He did say that he has no need for us, so if that is his wish. We should not be a bother on him anymore.
Fred's gonna say loud enough for Blagethkus to hear, towards you, Reva. I think he misunderstood the part about you excavating it. I think he thought that when we said excavate, we would take it as we're excavating it. I don't think he realized that we'd be leaving it behind for him.
And she would nod at Freddy and look back at King Blagethkus. The treasure is all yours. I was simply offering our efforts to help you take ownership of, or put your hands on that which you already own.
A giant speaks up, to which Rosemary, Freddy, and VMOC all understand. The one that appears to be a male. The wizards are gone. We have secured the castle, Blagethkus, before responding, actually hears Freddy. And all those listening see his interest kind of peaked again. But he does not speak to you. He continues speaking with the giants. And in his own tongue, once again, good. Round up any survivors. See to their end. And if you can't at the moment, we can root them out like the rats that they are. But now we must secure our holdings and make way to the rest of the giants.
Rosemary will look at Freddy. I mean, apparently there is still more, and she'll whisper this to him. Apparently there is still more in the castle. Overhearing that, should we offer to try to take them out so it's not their problem?
We do nothing for these people, these things. We have done enough. Let us be off this rock.
We should rest somewhere, though. Would we rather it be in a safe place, or somewhere where we don't know?
They will stab us in the back and eat us when they have the chance. Let us be
agree.
off this floating castle before they kill us and turn us into food. Vmok's glaring at Blagathkus.
Always the diplomat, Vmok.
There is no sense in mincing words.
I agree. The quickest way for me to find out what happened to Francesca is to go with the Giants. I would rather that happen. Blagathkus, is there any way we can convince you to let us stay on?
Blagathkus responds, You have already treated me with your most valuable item. I have no use of it. And you see the dragon statuette is still on the ground, a little bit more busted than it was before even.
What if that isn't our most valuable possession?
At this he kind of bristles. You did not present to me your most valuable item. What exactly are you playing at?
Well, she was the one carrying that. But I also have a dragon bone.
Oh, we already gave him one.
I know, but, I know he liked it before. Would you like another?
I already have a dragon bone.
But you can not go wrong with two.
You see visible lines of frustration on his face, and at this, his demeanor changes a little bit. He begins to become a little bit more threatening, and he speaks in lower tones. You have been on my castle long enough. If you plan to treat with me with something worthy of Blagathkus, we may discuss. If not, you should leave. And the two stone giants, though they are worn from battle, take this cue, and they kind of do that stretch thing. And they're holding their clubs. One of them kind of rings his hand on the handle of his club.
Vmok does the same with his hammer.
And that is understood. I mean, I can see if my companions have more to offer, but I think that was one of our most valuable things, at least that I know that I have, that you would actually want.
If you have an object worthy of Blagathkus in my might, then bring it to me. But time is moving. We must get going. I bore this conversation.
Freddy, is it that important to you to stay on this wretched castle? Tell Vmok now.
Hold on 1 second.
Nice.
Rose, you can roll me an insight as well.
Oh, okay.
You are prof. Okay, Freddy and Rose. You get the sense that Blagathkus is looking for an object that is more about social status than any value. An extremely valuable object would definitely provide social status, but you even think that it doesn't even have to have any value at all besides what is perceived as having immense value. You think that if you choose your words and presentation very carefully, you could probably give him a clothespin and he would like it if he could use it in some way to appear more valuable. You get the sense that this might even be a like cloud giant thing.
Gotcha.
Everybody peruses their inventory.
Think of like the
So on a character, the easiest one that comes to mind is that sword that Rezmir was using. That's a real easy one to sell.
Because we don't want it.
Oh, really? No one can use it?
Well, we can, we just don't want to. It's cursed.
It's
Slam doesn't
you.
know
You
that.
haven't surmised that. You have not surmised that it's cursed.
I say, remember
We
out of character and in character,
that
Otto.
it's cursed. Nope.
No,
There's a
the
big
only one that has interacted with it is Slurm.
Yeah.
So we
That is
don't
true.
we know jack all about it.
Yep.
But that's why Freddy says a status thing.
Yeah,
because it's a huge two-handed sword that was wielded by a half-dragon, and they're trying to fight dragons, and it would be a trophy for him as proof that he conquered,
It is true.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's a really good assumption. I'm just saying, like, that's meta knowledge, so kind of be careful.
Hey, didn't we get like some insignias or something, or some regalia off of them?
So I was gonna say I have Cult of the Dragon regalia, but he absolutely despises the cult. So
Yeah, trophy maybe.
I would say we could offer. I have one. Yes, and we could offer them as like trophies.
Oh, great. Black Oath cuss.
He says through grinding teeth.
I do have that banner, remember? With
He
all the
walks
dragons on
forward.
it.
Yeah, he steps forward.
Ureva kind of tenses up at Vimok approaching Blagathkus, knowing his hatred.
Kind of bowing his head, not freaking like totally submitting himself, but he's kind of like, he can't see, he's gritting his teeth because he's wearing that silly mask. And I present to you this shield, once carried by a paladin who is now in the service of a red wizard. And he tosses it on the ground at Blagathus' feet.
Blagathkus responds by lowering down, picking up the shield, and kind of scrutinizing it.
I fought him in single combat, and he ran from me when he witnessed the power wielded by me, as I slammed him with my hammer and used this shield to wield it and fend off his sword. The power is immense in that shield. He could not strike me with his sword. My friends bore witness to this.
Yeah, I'd like to back up Vimok with a persuasion check, saying yes. The man that once carried that shield was an immense fighter, one even greater than the rest of us.
That shield,
but Vimok, through pure skill, was able to outmatch him.
That shield was carried by his grandsire, himself a paladin, and probably by his father and fathers before him.
Okay.
This blonde downlander was no more a holy man.
Vimok, please roll a persuasion check with advantage due to Freddy's help.
Okay, persuasion.
He's our suave boy.
You said advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Freddy gives you the help.
Okay. All right. Okay. Where's that at? It's a P word. Okay. There. Persuasion.
Alphabetical. I know you never used it before as Vimok, but
yeah. That's I dropped a 4. So hey.
Okay.
He's wearing a dragon mask, so hey, that's not bad.
Ooh, I don't know if you could persuade the pants off the hanger.
Blagathkus does seem interested, and he's not really interested in or he's not really appearing to try to hide it. A paladin, you say, in service of a red wizard.
His body was stolen after dying, trying to protect these people.
An oathbreaker, paladin. They are not easy.
I do
to
not
take
know
down.
what god he serves, for it is not in my interest to know these things. It is not the Ram Lord, that is all I know.
He serves no lord anymore. He serves only himself and selfish visions, with the cult powering him. He was a mighty foe.
Would this happen to be the same paladin whose presence came upon my castle?
Yes,
I have heard about this one. He strikes great fear to those around him. Tell me more of this man.
he is hideously ugly. He once wore long blonde flowing hair, but now it is greasy and grimy, unkempt. His armor once shiny, perfectly clean, kept to perfection, now filthy, covered in grime. He's slovenly, hasn't bathed in many 10 days.
The great red wizards of Thay themselves chose him as their bodyguard.
You say he was brought back from death? How
They
this
say
came to
that.
be?
Beamok does not know. Beamok saw him in a vision, going to fight some beast. Beamok knows he must fight him. And fight him Beamok did, but he ran away because that shield, he was scared of it.
Shield strikes fear in those who are attempting to fight against it.
I present it to you because my friends want to ride upon your castle.
In a pretty quick motion, as you see, he's been pretty unmoving, hasn't been moving a whole lot, been listening intently. Suddenly he takes the shield and cups his hands and like kind of bows his head, puts them in front of him towards you, Vimok, and says, I could not accept this shield, for you have slain him. It is a great honor that you should bear. But, in the same motion, please roll me an insight.
Beamok?
Yes. Same with anyone else watching could roll me insight.
Yay.
Ooh, with a 19.
That's really good for Vima.
Oh, it was almost a
Proficient.
20, but then it dropped the 0 and went to 2.
There we go.
All right, Vimok, Freddy, and Rosemary each kind of think this is more like, more ceremony than anything he actually means. These words are not spoken. In all honesty, he wants this shield. He is presenting it probably as more of a way to, so that he can say that, you know, he's presenting it to Vimok because that's kind of like the honorable thing. You know, if you kill the great enemy, you should be the one to display it. But he does want this shield. He just thinks like if it's given to him as a gift, rather than him actually having killed the creature, that it doesn't bring as much honor to him as it could.
Right.
But he does want this shield.
So, Beamok will insist. No, Black Oath Cuss, you should display this, for the beast was chased from your castle.
We only had the opportunity to face him
He was
because
not,
of your bravery and your cunning.
he was not destroyed here. He escaped from here. He left here. We did not destroy him. He is still out there. We must find him. he has gone to this place where Freddy wants to go. This well of dragons. We will find him there.
If
I
you
will
help
find
us,
another. I will find another shield.
if you help us get to him, that shield rightfully belongs to you because you will be the mighty king that allowed us to destroy that enemy.
Almost
Please,
in as
please
quick,
take it, please.
almost in as quick a motion, he puts his hand behind him and tucks the shield kind of like into his belt and says, "It is so."
BMOC backs away, with his head slightly tilted down.
And you all get
Keeping his
this.
eyes on him, though,
And you all get the sense that you have done Blagethkus a great honor. He is beaming on the inside at having been presented this shield. And then he speaks up. What is it you wish? Do you wish to travel with us with the giants, or do you wish to partake in some of the treasure? I will allow one.
Sorry, what were the options again, out of character?
You want treasure or you want to fly on a castle, I guess is what he's saying.
Ireva will look to her companions. Look to Freddy.
I defer to you.
My pockets are already weighed down with the heftiness of gold pieces. I think it would be most efficient in our overarching goals to end Tiamat, she says through almost gritted teeth, for us to take up an offer of staying on this castle for travel.
Agreed.
And she'll look to each. You might speak your own mind. You are allowed to have an opinion that differs from mine.
I'm sorry, what?
Never mind. So basically, Reva would say that and then look to each of you, like for your responses.
Well, ultimately, it's up to Freddy, I think, because Freddy is the one whose lady we're going after. It seems to mean a lot to him. So my vote is up to Freddy, or to help Freddy. As for he helped us as well. We help each other. We're a very distraught kind of family in a way.
Well, Freddy has spoken that he'd like to stay on. Slurm, VMOC, what say you?
I've made my choice.
Freddy has somewhere to be. We should go there.
Then it is decided. Blagethkus, of the two, we would like to choose to travel on the castle with you.
It is so. Wiggloff, Hulda, show them to a comfortable chambers. I believe Rezmir's old office will suffice. And Blagethkus goes back within the control tower.
After he departs, Ireva does glance towards the tower that vampire lady, what's her name?
Sandasil.
She does glance towards the tower that holds Sandasil. And as they are guided away, she'll say, "We did promise that we would return to her and let her know that Rezmir's life has been taken. We should make good on that while we are traveling."
I am going to find a new shield.
Thank you, VMOC. I know that wasn't easy for you to do.
Oh, it was just a shield.
I'm not talking about the shield. I'm talking about approaching him at all, as you
His
did.
breath is horrible.
Yes, you have a very tough constitution, VMOC. It is more than I would have been able to stomach.
We will speak of this to no one, especially in my tribe.
Speak of what?
Exactly.
And Ireva looks at Fred and is like, alrighty then, that happened.
Okay.
What are you looking at?
And the two known as Wigloff and Hulda motion for you to come to them. They don't seem to be very vocal. Getting your attention, they start walking towards the ice stairway.
Follow him.
I think they want us to follow.
Right. So you're gonna follow them. You're not gonna do anything with Sandersil right now.
Not right now, because we'll be on it for some time. So, out of character, I plan on following them, and then we could venture out.
Gotcha. So we are now on. Wigloff and Hulda open the door before you, where you had fought Rezmir, her party, the guard drakes. The bodies are still there. Cleanup has not happened yet. But Wigloff walks inside, opens this door, and opens his hand. Rezmir's chamber. You here now.
Are we allowed to venture out? Or are we prisoners?
He looks to Hulda across the way. Kind of slowly shrugs his shoulders like, eh. And he says, I am not a sentry. And then walks out. Kind of like taking care to not step on you, but like his giant legs are kind of overhead as he walks out. And then he and Hulda are now outside, walking about the lower courtyard.
Ireva will whisper to Freddy as they leave. Do not worry. No walls can contain me anymore.
So the place is not cleaned up?
Yeah, there's still bodies from the battle, from the melee. There's like mounds of cultists outside in the lower courtyard.
I ain't worried about the outside the door. It's just inside the door.
Fred would like to see what these other rooms are first before we completely relax.
Okay.
Anything in here body-wise?
Osbara. And you see...
Oh, right.
Yep, you see where Rezmir once was is now just black ash. And her armor is just laying there.
Can I check what kind of armor that is?
Let
I say
me...
Ireva will walk up and kick it, but alright, I'll let her inspect it.
She kicks it as she's trying to pick it up.
As Ireva hears it being kicked, she smiles.
I guess she wasn't wearing armor. Just wearing purple robes.
Should we take this to Sandersil? I mean later, but should we pocket it to show her?
I think that is
yes, would probably want that, yes.
I think that is a good idea, because the other trophy would be VMAX's mask, and I think that is best worn upon his head.
Then I will take these robes for Sandersil.
Any other bodies in this room?
I know we looked at Asbara, but I know Ureva did a really quick look. Did we do a thorough search of his belongings?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's thoroughly searched, yes?
I just wasn't sure if we found like a spellbook or anything.
Yep, let me just double check.
Because his body's going off the ledge.
Yeah, you found the two scrolls of mage armor is what you found.
Okay.
Yes, he is thoroughly searched.
Yeet.
All right, toss him off the patio.
Asbara is tossed over the ledge.
I'm putting Rezmir robes in my inventory for Sandersil.
Okay.
Beamock's looking for a place to sleep. Table looks nice.
The table looks nice.
Yeah. It's off the ground, you know. Because all those carpets in the other room look good too.
All right. Slurm and Freddy. You enter into a room that seems comfortably furnished for inhabitants of human size. And there is a wall of ice opposite the doorway.
So, like up here?
Yep. That is a wall of ice right there.
Okay.
Fred's gonna cast Detect Magic. He's seen Wall of Ice tricks before.
Oh, yes. It is a vanishing wall of ice. Hey, new
Is it just an
follower,
illusion where you
Fantasy
can just
Grounds.
walk
Thanks,
through it,
man.
Or
Make me an Arcana check.
I was gonna say, could I attempt to walk through it?
Yeah, I mean, you can just attempt too.
Yeah. I'm gonna poke it with my longsword.
Yeah, it's a easy enough DC. Freddy, you think it's just activatable? Somehow, maybe just walking through it or touching it,
okay.
it'll just make it vanish. It's to you suspect its purpose is to protect from the elements.
Makes sense. Slurm, if someone wants to sleep in here, we might want to leave that ice up. Otherwise it could get mighty cold.
Can we see onto the other side of it, or is it like solid?
It's opaque, you can't see.
Okay.
Is there anything else that lights up in the room with Fred's Detect Magic?
No.
And he's going to go through the desk and go through the bookshelves, seeing what's up.
You don't find anything in the desk. It's pretty empty. And the bookshelves are just some random stories of seeming unimportance, more for leisure than anything scholarly.
Like common books.
Yeah, even maybe a lewd poem book.
Gotcha. And then does this just lead out into the courtyard? It looks like.
Yes.
Fred will walk back over to the rest of the group. Me and Slurm found another bedroom. Somebody doesn't have to sleep on the floor if they don't want to.
I think Vmock chose the table.
A wise choice.
Plenty of rugs in the other room.
I have no problem with the floor, as I do not sleep. So we'll free up a little more room.
That is me as well. I kind of do meditation as you do.
Thanks for the follow. What
Well,
is that?
it
Bryce
has
loves gaming.
been a
Thank
very
you.
trying day. I think I'm gonna go try to close my eyes.
It's a good choice for all of us to do.
Ureva will
Rest, yes.
nod to Freddy, and then whatever room Freddy decides to sleep in, she is actually going to do her trance. Not like breathing on the door, but like right outside of it, in case something were to happen. She, rarely empathetic Ureva is concerned.
Should we also check the quarters of Rezmir?
That is where Freddy has gone into rest. That can be checked another time.
Well,
Maybe tomorrow.
Did anything light up? My detect magic would still be going off.
Ureva also looked in there when she was ethereal too, and
Oh, yeah. I
Same thing.
didn't remember that.
now she couldn't search through stuff, but again, we
Yeah.
can do that later.
Did you check this room?
Okay, Freddy, as you enter into Rezmir's old chambers, you do see a chest. And the chest seems to be giving off a faint magical glow.
Okay. He's just gonna lay down the bed, like facing the wall, curled away, and then we'll kind of like shout out, "There's a chest in here. Don't touch it until we're all awake. There's something in it."
Ureva looks to Rose. We rest for now.
Of course. I know you can do a trance, and I know I can do a trance. Should we split up to protect the party? So you said you'll watch over Freddy's room. I can watch over another. Where did the rest of our group go?
Ureva will look at Vima, probably already snoring on the table, and then glance. Slurm would probably have taken up residence in that room.
The room where Freddy and Slurm was looking, so I assume over this way, correct?
That would be my guess, yes.
Alright. And then she'll just sit like crisscross applesauce, her back against the wall, and do that.
Big sleep. Danny Ureva does the same. She just sits down on the floor, and she actually will face these doors,
Okay.
but she will go into the trance.
Tomorrow we should also grab the dragon statue. I felt rude trying to take it in front of Blackkiss and company.
Ureva's in a trance, man. She's sleeping.
Somebody's outside the door. You heard her.
Okay, so
And,
as
and you're still aware of your surroundings.
Yep. as the tires of the day wear down, a lengthy battle having been fought, you see the giants ordering about ogres who are slowly removing much of the cults. And though you hear some grumblings about a pocket holed up in a room or a tower here or there, in quick succession they are rooted out. It's quite ruthless. Giants will bear no cult presence upon Skyreach Castle any longer. Sunlight slowly turns to dusk. The castle now once again floating in the sky. Dusk turns darkness. You rest.
Would they be able to get their long rest in and be up while it was still dark? Or did we end up getting our rest in later in the day?
So you had woken up in Sandesil's tower. No, you wouldn't be able to because this was all still within the day, so you have to wait 24 hours to take another rest. So you woke up in Sandesil's tower. You started resting kind of later into the night. So you had probably woken up around like 10. Probably around like 10 a.m.
Okay, so we can take a short rest right now, but not a long rest.
Yeah.
Ah.
You had taken a short rest after Glazel. So yeah, you would be able to take another short rest, but you would have to wait until it gets dark again in order to take an extended rest.
Okay.
Which I was under the assumption is what you were doing.
Nope, that's fine. If the reason I asked out of character is if that was possible, then I was gonna Ereva would rouse everyone to go approach Sandesil while it was still dark, because otherwise she will be sleeping. So they'll just wait till the next night. Not a big deal.
Ereva, as you are in your trance, you suddenly feel a light weight upon your left shoulder.
All right, well, she's gonna pop out of her trance immediately feeling that.
Popping out of your trance, you look up to see the vampire. Sandesil, with her hand upon your shoulder, not pushing down, just making her presence known. Her eyes are greatly narrowed, and she is looking down at you on the floor.
Upon seeing her, Ereva would actually look relieved, and she will offer her a smile. Ah, just who I was looking forward to visiting soon.
I'm sure.
I mean that. We have slain Rezmir. And she will stand up. My companion is holding proof that we have taken her life, and if you would like, I would actually be happy to show you the exact spot where her dead body burned.
Sandesil, still with her eyes narrowed, kind of looking at you. You sense a bit of anger directed at you, but she is still not quite speaking on the matter. Show me.
Ereva will nod. Would you like the remnants we took from her body first, or the spot where her body fell?
Show me where she died.
And Ereva will nod, and she will, non-hesitatingly, out of respect of their deal, she will walk confidently into the room, open the door, and she will stand right next to the exact spot in motion. Is the floor still blackened? And the armor still there?
Yeah, there's still the large clump of ash upon the ground.
And she'll scoop up some of the ash and almost like, not offer it, but hold her hand out and let some of the ash fall between her fingers. This is all that is left of her. I was not lucky enough to be the one to take her life, but she is gone.
Yes, so fluffy. What? Who goes? What? Where?
Beamok is slightly stirred in his sleep. Sandesil witnesses the ash upon the ground Well, you certainly held up your end of the bargain.
Why do you seem displeased about this? If your displeasure comes from us not immediately reporting back to you, you do have my apologies. We had to fight a dragon before we were able to fight her, and the weariness caught to us all. I am truly sorry. And as she says that, she meets Sandacil's eyes.
The deal was Rezmir, not the cult. I pray. And now she begins kind of like stalking about the chamber. What am I to do now that all brethren, underlings, are dead?
Well, there are still a great many that remain. In fact, this castle is headed there. Oh my lord, my brain can't remember anything. Out of character. Where are we heading?
You
North to
are
the
heading... Yep, go ahead, Freddy.
So we're heading up north to meet up with the rest of the giants. The cult is down south.
Yes, the name of the place, though.
Well,
Well of
of
Dragons.
dragons.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
You're not headed to
I
the
know.
Well of Dragons. The Well of Dragons is south. You're headed to the giants.
Right.
Two different areas.
Yep, I know, but like that's the end game is the Well
Yep.
of Dragons. Yep. Ureva will bow her head. I understand, but there was no taking Rezmir's life without fighting those who put their lives before hers. I do apologize if this was not exactly what you expected. We were clear on our intentions to stop the cult. There are still a great many number of cultists who remain. The ones we killed were on the same path as Rezmir, though. She had spread her vision like a virus, and the determination is strong in all of the ones we came across. We have been granted passage on this castle, as Lord Blagathkis travels north to meet with his brethren, and then we will be going to the Well of Dragons.
Sandacil kind of leans on the nearby table. What of the Red Wizards?
One of the Red Wizards' life was taken in battle, and she will stand straight and look at Sandacil. I took the Red Wizard's life that fell. You should know, though, I will not apologize for that. He took the life of when my companion's life was taken, he took his body and turned him against us. He warped his mind in his resurrection. That one Red Wizard, if no others, I will never apologize for taking. There was one that escaped. There were no others.
You need not apologize for it.
Asbara needed to die.
So Asbara died. Rathmodar survived. If only it were the other way. So,
May I ask why you say that?
the Red Wizards are not part of the cult. They were only of similar designs. It is good they are gone.
Ureva actually, has to force herself not to, show any relief, but offers a half smile. Well, I am glad that I have not upset you with his death. While we may not be allies, there are enough foes that we have in this world. I'd like to prevent us becoming those, if possible.
Sandacil now kind of starts slowly walking to you, Ireva. It's one of those moments where, you're not quite sure like what she's doing, and it's threatening, but you don't know why it's threatening to you. Like it's not like she's trying to be threatening. One of those moments where every second feels a lot longer.
I mean, like, you know, big badass vampire walking at her in the middle of the night all alone. Yep, I get it. Ireva will just continue to meet her eye. She will refuse to, she won't allow herself to quiver, you know, shrink back. Not in a menacing way, just in a confident way.
Mm-hmm. And once Sandasil gets kind of close enough, unblinking, her white pupils meeting your own, she reaches... Hold up. Alright, VMOC, you did hear the figures moving, so you could have woken up if you wanted to.
Sure.
Okay. Gotcha. So VMOC across the way, probably kind of just watching these events, seeing Sandasil, the vampire, next to Ireva. Sandasil takes a hand and, with the palm opened, kind of strokes your cheek, Ireva, pushing the hair out of the way.
BMOC would have been like quietly as he could, like not moving towards them, but like going from a lying position to a kneeling position to a, like, you know, Captain America ready to run position kind of thing, you know.
Starts dreaming of every young boy's dream.
Ready to, like, leap into action.
Gotcha.
You know, he ain't gonna let this evil vampire... I mean, you know, Urave's already dead, and he hates her for coming back. Not hates her, but, you know, he's disappointed and all that, but he ain't gonna let this fucking vampire do this shit. No, I mean, I just got what you were saying. No, you.
That took
right.
long enough. Jeez, it's like you don't know me.
Oh my god, you!
Ireva, please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh, that's not good.
As her hand touches your cheek, the feeling of suspense and a little bit of intimidation washes away, and you feel her caress, welcome and warm to the touch, like a loving friend. Tell me, what more do you know about the cult? Ooh, Ireva, go ahead and make that once again another saving throw, because you are given advantage by Squeege.
Thanks, Squeege. Oh, great.
Even worse.
Wow. That's the same one that helped
Wow. That works.
It's not you, Squeege, it's me.
Squeege tried.
Tell me, what more do you know of the cult?
I know that they are looking to bring Tiamat, the Queen of Dragons, the many-headed fiend, back from the dead. When I passed beyond the living realm, when I fell in battle, I saw just how near she was. She is in the final lair. Her spirit lies in Avernus. She reached out to me and was almost able to grasp me herself. I will not allow her living body to be brought back. They plan to bring her back to remake the realm in her image and lay waste to all of those that oppose her. of all types of being. I know they have amassed a great deal of wealth, great deal of living bodies. I'm sure they have more than a few sacrifices. In fact, one such, I believe, is the beloved of one of my companions. And I know that they have enlisted the cooperation of the Red Wizards in order to do so. They do not plan to bring her back as an undead. No, they plan to bring her back in her full living, and she kind of puts in quotes, glory. Cannot allow this to pass.
Oh, not. Sandesil moves over to the doorway.
Because VMOC doesn't see the vampire, right?
No, you do.
I don't see her on the...
Oh.
She's not the combat
There we
character.
go.
She's not on the thing. So.
It's because I changed her faction thing, so it fixed that. Thanks for the follow! Alright, Sandesil moves over to the doorway and slowly closes it. And looking at you now, VMOC, Sandesil speaks up. Ireva. Kill your friend.
I don't think so.
Ireva and VMOC, please roll me initiative.
Oh no.
Would I hear this, since I'm technically in a trance?
You did not. I had you roll that perception and it was not enough.
Okay. Yeah, if I hear swords clanging, would I wake up?
It's entirely
That'd be
possible.
good, because VMOC doesn't have a sword.
I mean, you go before her, though. So
Hey, new subscribers! Spencer, thanks, man. Okay, so do we have our initiatives? Yes, we do. We begin with VMOC. What are you doing?
Where's the vampire?
Ooh, so let's see. Squeege has redeemed a saving throw. Let's see. Charm. Targets one humanoid you can see within 30 feet. If the target can see Sandesil, the target must succeed on a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw against this magic or be charmed. Each time Sandesil or Sandesil's companions do anything harmful to the target, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a success. Otherwise, the effect lasts 24 hours or until Sandesil is destroyed. Is on a different plane of existence or takes a bonus. So, no, it's not one of those. It's not a saving throw that you can roll at the end of your turns. It's only if anything harmful is done to the target by Sandesil or any of Sandesil's companions. Unfortunately, that does not allow a saving throw. Alright, VMOC, let's see. We'll put her there.
Okay. VMOC is going to... He's going to bonus action rage. He's going to whip out, no longer bearing a shield, he's going to pull out the big glaive. Two close, because she's got, like, nasty claws and teeth. He's going to swing at her with the...
Would Ireva technically have to use a reaction to, like, get in the way?
No.
Okay. I don't know how this works, so I'm asking.
Basically, you're just doing everything as normal, except you believe that Sandesil is your friend.
So I no longer view VMOC as a friend?
Yes.
Like, I have to fight him.
You have to... Okay, so... Let's see.
I'm not trying to argue. I've never had this happen.
Yep, I'm trying to explain it. So the charm's target regards Sandesil as a trusted friend to be heeded and protected. Although the target isn't under Sandesil's control, it takes Sandesil's requests or actions in the most favorable way it can. And it is a willing target for Sandesil's bite attack. So you are not controlled by her, but you see her as your trusted friend and ally. Mm-hmm. And you take any of her requests or actions in the most favorable way that you can. So that's kind of up to you. She's told you to attack Vimok, so you're kind of seeing Vimok as an enemy because he's trying to attack Sandesil.
Okay, so she, and I'm literally just trying to think, like, without me metagaming it, would she be able to, like, soften her blows to Vimok, or, like, at this point she would, because she's charmed, like, go at him full force?
You can soften your blows. Okay. So, like, you don't have to, like, attack. You could try to grapple and do stuff like that, too.
Okay. That's why I wanted to ask, because, like, I want to be, like, fair about it, but yep. I also just wanted to make sure.
Anyway, that's his 2 attacks.
Okay.
And then he's going to shoot. We're not locked, so I don't remember how much movement he used, but probably 5 foot, so... you know what, he's gonna... he's gonna move away. No. Crap. He's going to move here, then here to try and close the distance to Ureva. He knows she can still shoot at him, but that's his turn.
Okay.
Vimok
moving.
Pay no heed to this evil beast.
Vimok moving up 2 attacks with his glaive. The second one scores a hit, dealing 5 points of damage. And we move on to Sandesil, who is going to step up and make an unarmed strike.
It's still gonna hurt.
Rezmir, outside, you hear a yell from Vimok, which wakes you up. Please roll me initiative. As well as Slurm and Freddy may roll perceptions at -10. Actually, Rezmir, you're up. Because you got a higher initiative than Sandesil.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
So are we still able to roll the perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
Freddy is fast asleep.
He's depression
just type into the modifier -10?
Yeah, modifier -10.
Okay.
There's a lot of doorways in the way. Plus you're sleeping.
There we go.
Alright, Slurm and Freddy are still fast asleep.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would Dispel Magic can be used on Charmed? Like, this is metagame, but...
I believe so. Because it's a magical effect.
Okay. It's within range, so I don't have to see them. Because it doesn't say see them.
I would say that you do. Plus, you don't know that she's charmed.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that.
Yep.
Like, I don't know she's charmed yet. So I guess I would dash. Thinking that they came from that way. Is the door closed, or is it open?
The door is closed.
Okay.
Sandesil, you sneaky bitch.
then I would complete my turn until I
Okay.
get there.
Now Sandasil moves up. And I'm going to have her redo her unarmed strike against Vmok, which is a miss. So she is going to swipe out with her second claw and scores a hit. Vmok is grappled. Ireva, you have received initiative. Hey, thanks for the prime sub.
So grappled like she has him wrapped up in her
That
arms?
one guy. Yes.
Okay.
She has him grappled, holding on to him.
So then Ireva would not be able to tackle him because that would mean tackling her, correct?
You could tackle him. You'd probably have advantage because he's grappled. It would probably break her grapple.
So I'm trying to think, because yes, I understand like she's charmed and all that, but in the most advantageous way, and Ireva is... I'm trying to have it so that she would still know that this is Vmok, but she has been compelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think she is just going to... she's just going to attempt to tackle Vmok.
All right. Please make me an unarmed strike attack.
I don't know how to do that on Ireva.
Or how about this? Scroll down to the bottom with your generic actions and double-click the shove targeting Vmok.
Okay. Shove. There it is.
Cannot do it while he's grappled.
Oh.
So just
make a athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah. Vmok, can you contest
When I
that,
need the dice to be
please?
shitty.
contest that.
Yeah, with your own athletics check. All right, Vmok is still upright.
Ureva, pay no mind to this woman, this thing.
I shall protect my friend. Sandasil is my friend. She deserves my protection.
She's a witch. She has bewitched you.
You should not speak
Sandasil.
ill of my friends.
Sandasil just laughs. You will be tasty. All right, Ireva. That was, I would say that was
sorry,
an
I didn't end
attack.
my turn.
Yep.
My bad.
All right, we move back to the top of the order with Vmok.
Going to attempt to break the grapple that Sandasil has on him.
Okay. You successfully break the grapple. That takes your action.
You foul bitch. That takes both of his attacks. That's his action. Okay, that's
Yep.
fine.
Anything
That's
else?
his turn. Oh, that's his turn. He's going to suffer an attack of opportunity because he's going to, from both of them, he's going to step away.
Okay.
Going to use his full movement, which is 40.
Should be 40.
Brave Sir Robin. Brave Sir Robin.
All right, Sandasil is going to make an attack of opportunity, and she scores a critical hit once again, grappling Vmok.
I'm going to do my reaction if I can. It's the where it turns it into a regular hit, not critical.
Oh, so he grappled her? So it's not doing damage, so I would say you don't need to.
Okay.
Plus, you can't see.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Hit is a critical succeed.
got it.
And Vmok is once again grappled just as he attempts to rush away. Sandesil reaches out with another clawed hand, grabbing firm onto his elbow. And that will be his turn, taking us to Rezmir.
Yay! And then, so she goes up here, opens the door, and is like, what the heck is going on?
You see Reva almost menacingly looking at Vmok, but then like almost lovingly looking at Sandesil at the same time.
Vmok, what's happening?
You will not hurt my friends. Sandesil is my friend.
Okay. Yeah, she would know. Ureva would never say that. So she's gonna try to dispel the charm because she thinks that, like, hey, she would never say that.
Okay. Well, make an Arcana check. Got to be careful. Got to be careful with metagaming.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily know it's a magical effect. That is not enough.
Alright. Instead of dispel magic, I'll give myself that spell slot back.
Yep.
I'm going to do... Let's see. I'll do Guiding Bolt
Okay.
at this bitch.
Okay. So you definitely know something's off. You're wondering why Ireva is calling Sandesil her friend, but you don't know that is a magical effect at this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That is a hit with Guiding Bolt. Rezmir extends her palm, a brilliant beam of radiant energy shooting out,
Oops.
smacking into Sandesil. This deals 18 points of damage, and she screams out, "Ah!" as the radiant energy cascades around her. Freddy and Slurm, please make me a perception check at -5.
So for the effect, do I just put that on me, or...
No, on Sandesil. Freddy is
There we
still
go.
asleep. Slurm?
Raven, I see you lighting up in Discord, but we're not hearing you.
Okay. Anything else, Rezmir? That takes your action.
Let's see. Bonus action, bonus action, bonus action. I can't do anything really with my bonus action yet. Unless I could do... I don't think I could do that. That's an action. Nope. I need to try to end my turn, but it's in the way. There we go.
All right, Sandesil will go once more. Now that she has Vmok firmly in her grasp. She is going to rake her fingers across his open bare chest with one hand, making an unarmed strike. Scoring a hit. VMOC takes 5 points of damage, partially resisted, and in the same motion is going to bite down upon his neck. Scoring a critical hit.
I will do my reaction too.
Okay.
There we go.
Rezmir turns it into a regular hit. And VMOC takes 16 total points of damage, partially resisted. And that takes us to Ireva Galanadel.
Alright, as Rezmir was the most recent one to attack her new friend Sandasil, Ireva will run next to Rezmir, and she is going to do a running
attack.
VMOC, you do
VMOC
have an
does get
opportunity
one.
attack if you wish.
Rock's gonna drop his glaive and smack the elf woman upside the head as she runs away.
All right.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
Hey, we missed you.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what was going on with that.
Welcome back.
All right, VMOC's attack misses. If you could make me a perception check at -5, Slurm.
Okay.
He did
All
drop
right.
his glaive, by the
Yep.
way. So
Ireva, what are you doing?
Ireva is yelling at Rezmir, "You will not hurt her!" And she does a running, tackle at Rezmir.
All right.
Hopefully she braces.
Please make me a grapple check on Rezmir.
Oh, yeah.
Critical.
Shit.
Why am I only rolling good when I'm attacking my own freaking teammates while I'm
Shit.
harmed?
Well,
Well,
know how that
Rezmir
went.
still got enough, so you fail to tackle her.
Not mad.
And
I mean,
as you
Ireva
bury
is
your
not
shoulder, you move off to the side.
Ireva, as she bounces off of Rezmir. You will not hurt her. And is she on the ground?
Yes, I'll say you're
Okay.
prone.
So she moved 5, 10, 15. So then she's on the ground. It only costs her 5 feet to stand up, I believe.
Half
Is
your
it
movement.
No, so she has the athlete feet.
Oh, yep,
When you're
that's
prone
true.
standing up, I've forgot it before, so I'll make sure I remember. Okay, so she is going to stand back up, and she is just going to stand there and growl at Rezmir. No, she still has enough movement that she will step in between Rezmir and Sandasil.
Okay.
And that, folks, is going to be her tricksy little turn.
Slurm is still fast asleep, taking us back to VMOC. But before that happens, Sandasil is going to use a legendary action to bite VMOC once again. Scoring a critical hit.
reaction.
You only have one reaction per turn.
I know, that's why I was like, I don't have another one!
All right. VMOC takes 37 points of damage.
Damn.
A necrotic. Stone's endurance. All right.
Oh, damn.
Reducing it by 5.
Oh, that's a low roll.
Yeah, it was.
The lowest of rolls.
Yeah.
All right. VMOC, you have received initiative. What are you doing?
He's pulling out his hammer and swinging.
All right. VMOC swings a mighty arc against Sandasil, scoring a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. As it cracks into her side, you hear bone breaking as she takes 6 points of damage.
I will make you pay, you foul bitch.
VMOC, what happened?
She's hungry.
Another smack dodged by Sandesil. You felt a heavy blow. Surprisingly, it did not deal as much damage as you expected.
Yeah.
All right, Rezmir, you've received initiative.
Raven's been bewitched by this woman.
Ooh.
By this fiend. By this witch.
She is my friend.
Kill your Reva.
Rosemary, as you hear Vmok talking about bewitching, please make me another Arcana check.
I would like to use my knowledge of a past life on this.
All right.
So just add a d6 to it, right?
Go ahead and click that button. There you go. Now when you make that skill check, it will automatically roll the 1d6. You have high suspicions that Ireva is bewitched. She is under the effects of a charm from this vampire.
Even with any slight suspicion, she's going to try to dispel it.
Okay. Rosemary, you reach out, calling upon the divine essence of your deity, the Raven Queen, and you dispel the magical effect on Ireva. Ireva, you wake up as if out of a stupor, not sure why you ever saw this vampire as your friend and ally. Sandesil cries out, "You may have dispelled my effect, but I will take this one to the grave." Anything else, Rosemary?
Lucky for you, I'm a grave cleric. Ireva, we need to kill Sandesil.
Ireva comes out of the stupor and she, screams. How dare you turn my own mind against me and attack my companions, you wicked fiends.
And you see,
We kept peace with you, you shall now die.
You see Rosemary is kind of distraught too, looking at how Vmok is. I don't think I can heal him because it's a bonus action.
Slurm is still fast asleep. However, Freddy, you hear shouting from just outside your doorway, and it wakes you up. Please roll me initiative.
Huh?
Francesca,
Oh wait,
don't go.
Slurm, you do have an advantage to use, remember.
Oh, she.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I guess I'll use that, yeah.
From Twitch chat.
Thank you, Squeege.
Oh, you don't want to use it, do you?
No, not really.
Oh, that -5 though.
Yeah.
You're not trained in perception?
Nope.
Yikes.
With a 9, that is insufficient. Slurm, you are still asleep.
Yeah, she's real tired.
All right, Sandesil will go. He is going to rake against Vmok's body once more. Vmok taking a hit.
Bye-bye.
5 points of damage, partially resisted, and she will suck at his neck once more, making a bite attack. Vmok twitches out of the way, and she is unsuccessful, taking us to Ireva.
Alright,
Oh, he's still
Ireva.
standing.
Yeah.
Ereva is pissed. She sees the condition of VMOC. Rosemary, did I do that?
You did that. Sanderson did that.
God
you both
damn
did
it.
that.
You bloody fiends. And I don't know why I went British there for a moment. I've lived here too long. And she is going to cast Hunter's Mark on Sandersil. And she is just going to shoot her ass.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That is a automatic miss.
I'm gonna be fucking
Is she
kidding.
The
still your
arrow
friend,
goes
Ureba?
wide.
I think
she
you still
is.
consider her a friend.
It's I don't know. It's my dice just only like attacking my companions apparently. Anyway.
The second arrow sticks into Sandersil's backside. Go ahead and roll damage. 7 points of damage as it is partially resisted.
And I'm trying to. That's only me. That's an action. Okay, yeah, literally none of my other stuff is anything I can do to help, so that's my turn.
Alright, Fred will stand up, taking half of his movement, and run towards the door. Then he uses a dash action. To go there.
All right, 45 feet. You see in the hallway across where VMOC was slumbering, just barely, Sandersil holding him up, sucking on his neck as Ereva and Rosemary both hold their weapons in front of him.
I continue my movement. I got 15 more feet.
That was 45 to 15 feet, so that should be 60, shouldn't it?
Yeah, like I got 60 total. That's all I can move.
Yep.
That's what I mean.
Gotcha.
I can't actually see VMOC, and it'd be out of range anyway. So that's all I can do for now.
All right, Sandersil is going to use a legendary action and bite at VMOC once more.
Yeah, now he goes down. Yep.
She scores a hit. VMOC takes 14 points of damage and falls to the ground. Okay, so I forgot to reduce your max hit points from the other hit. So 5, 7, 8, 9, 17. 27. So your max hit points are reduced by 37 right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, so he's dead. Dead.
I mean,
No.
it could revive you.
So specifically with the bite, the target dies if this effect reduces its hit point maximum to 0. Your hit point maximum is not 0, you're just at 0. So you're not dead.
No, I mean, but if his hit point maximum has been reduced by 37, and his max is only 40 something, he's taking a ton of damage.
It'd be 51.
Your hit point maximum is 93.
But it's been reduced by a ton, and
Yep.
he's taken a ton of damage. He's well beyond that.
Okay, hold up. So
He should have
93
been-
minus 37
He
is
should have been
56.
unconscious a long time ago.
So your HP is 56 right now. Your hit point maximum. And the way that bite works is if your hit point maximum is reduced to 0. Your hit point maximum is 56 right now.
Yeah, he should have been unconscious.
Oh,
Yeah,
not
so you're
hit
just-
point,
yeah.
hit point maximum.
Yeah, you're just unconscious. You are not dead.
So, like, if his total lifeblood
Yes.
is drained, okay.
Yes. All right, and that takes us back to the top of the round with Vmok, who must make a death saving throw. Critical
go.
success. Vmok raises from the ground with 1 hit
That
point.
works.
And you can take a turn.
You think you have failed me, you foul bitch. He stands up. Unfortunately, he would have lost his rage because he went unconscious.
Okay.
Ramlord smiles upon me, you foul fiend. He's gonna swing with everything he's got.
Okay.
And
You miss with your Warhammer.
He's gonna swing again. Still gets 2 attacks.
Yep. Fatigued from near death, Vmok comes up, standing on a kneel. Both swings miss as the vampire deftly dodges out of the way. Anything else, Vmok?
That's all he can do.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Sandesil is going to use a legendary... She's going to use a legendary action to make an unarmed strike against him. Slashing out with her clawed hands. Scoring a hit. Vmok goes down upon the ground, taking 6 points of damage. And we move on to Rezmir. Can't hear you.
Okay, she's gonna step here. Because
Okay.
she's still within 5 feet of Sandesil. She's going to use her, I think it's Eye of the Grave?
Eyes of the Grave.
No. It's one of them. It's where... What is it?
Are you
I thought
looking
it was Eye of the Grave. Oh, Circle of Morality.
Mortality?
Mortality, yes, that one.
Okay.
On Vmok, and then I'm going to do Cure Wounds at level 2 on him.
Okay, so Cure Wounds will be 13 points of healing.
E.
Alright, Vmok comes back to life with 13 hit points. So he is
And
at
then-
43.
Let's see, and then I can't really do bonus action except for... yeah, that's all I can do. Uriva, hit her!
Alright, at the end of your turn, Rezmir, Sandesil is going to turn her attention to you and make an unarmed strike at you. And she misses, taking us to Sandesil's turn, who is going to step over Vmok and make her way over here. She is going to make another unarmed strike against you, scoring a hit, grappling you. And she is going to bite down on you. which is blocked. You move your hand, swatting her face out of the way just before she is able to clamp down.
You bitch slapped her.
And Slurm, please make me a perception check at -5.
Yeah, I bitch slapped her. I said, fuck you.
Okay.
Insufficient. Ireva, you're up.
Nap energy. Alright, Ireva will run to the other side of VMOC. And she already has Hunter's Mark, so in addition to Hunter's Mark, she will activate her Planar Warrior on Sandesil. And loose an arrow.
Critical hit.
That's right.
That's gonna be a chunk.
45 points of damage as the arrow whips into the back of Sandesil's neck. Her breathy rasps are heard by you, Rosemary.
Those are some good rolls. 8, 6, 5,
Yep.
8, 6.
Nothing less than a 5.
Anything else, Ireva?
Green.
As she continues to shoot her next arrow, she has fury and remorse mixed in her words. How dare you force me upon my own will? How dare you enter my mind? Make me attack those I travel with.
Another hit.
Die unceremoniously.
9 points of damage, partially resisted.
And that's her turn.
All right, Freddy. Before you go, Sandesil is going to attempt another bite with a legendary action upon Rosemary. She clamps down on the neck. Rosemary, you take 23 points of damage, piercing and necrotic.
Shouldn't do I have resistance to necrotic? I don't think so.
I don't believe so. And your hit point maximum is reduced by 15.
A little help over here.
So you have 52 hit point. All right, Freddy, what are you doing?
Alright. Fred's gonna move up here. So not seeing Slurm and noticing that this door is still closed and not seeing her inside this fight, he's actually going to Eldritch Blast, but he's going to target one at the door.
Okay.
Try to wake her up, and then the other one is going to be on Sandesil.
Okay.
Ooh, fancy.
As this eldritch energy blasts into the door, Slurm, you are jolted awake by the sounds of blasting right next to you.
There's
Please.
a hole in the door, and it's
Yeah.
slightly off your hinges.
Please roll me initiative.
Finally. No.
5. Still higher than Freddy.
Yeah, I did not roll well.
The second crackling beam smacks into Sandesil, hovering over and above Rosemary, dealing 8 points of force damage.
And I
Nice
believe
damage.
I have 5 more feet of movement, so I'm gonna go there. And as a bonus action, I'm gonna heal Viamok with a healing word. He looks like he could use a little top up.
Six points of healing to Vimok the Goliath.
Alright, that's all I can do.
All right, we move back to the top of the order with Vimok lying upon the ground, groggy.
Alright, so he's gonna stand up, so stagger up.
rising from the grave once again.
I don't know that he found the grave. But he will stare at this Sandersill bitch. And, you keep putting me down, but my friends pick me back up. It is time for you to go down. He's gonna, do his best to hit her.
That's a hit.
He's gonna push her with that.
Okay. 5 points of damage as Sandersill is pushed 5 feet backwards, ending the grapple on Rezmir.
Step forward. How does it feel to be pushed by a mere mortal? You foul bitch.
She hisses.
And swing a second time.
That's a hit.
Can't push her again, but
Another 4 points of damage.
you will look at Ureva with some levity. How does it feel to be free of her grip? It's about time you came back to us. Now would you finish this bitch?
The only feeling I have is anger and shame. My mind has never been so violated before. I am sorry. I will kill her.
Enough of that. Just kill her.
All right, at the end of Vmok's turn, Sandersill what is... He's going to move right here, and this does not provoke opportunity attacks. Oops. Deleted her. There we go. All right, Rezmir, you're up.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
So I have something called Destroy Undead.
Yes, you do.
How do I use... what... Can I ask the challenge rating of Sandersill?
Okay. So... Let's see. So basically you use
Oh wait, never
turn...
mind, I can't use it.
You use turn undead. And
Yeah.
then if the undead is the challenge rating or lower, it's destroyed instead of turned.
I see.
Yep, but you have used
I
all of
can't
your
use
channel
it, yeah.
divinities. Yep.
She's going to come there and target Sandersill and do a toll of the dead.
All right, Sandersill succeeds on the saving throw.
And then she'll... What's Freddy at? Freddy's okay. And then she'll Healing Words Vmok.
Okay. 6 points of healing to Vmok.
And then that's my turn.
All right, at the end of your turn, Sandersill is going to move once again with a legendary action to get right there. And then on her turn, she is going to disappear past the hallway, taking a dash action and merging into mist.
Back to its tower.
Congratulations, you have fended off Sandersill. And we are now out of initiative order.
Rezmir, even though she doesn't need to breathe, she breathes heavily. Putting her hand on the table next to her. Well, at least you're okay. And she walks forward and hugs Ureva, even though she probably wouldn't want it. But she does it anyways.
Ureva actually stiffens at first, and then you feel her sag, and you actually feel her shoulder shake once. And she doesn't hug back, but she allows it. And she if you were to look at her, you would just see like embarrassment and shame upon her face. I will never forgive myself for what just happened. Attacking my own companions. It is an unforgivable fault.
It's not your fault. It was Sandersill.
It was my fault for not taking the precautions. I have the ability to protect myself against such things. I actually thought we could remain neutral with such a beast.
Can't be perfect all the time. It's understandable, it happens.
I let my own life get taken, and I was almost a part of your lives getting taken.
But you weren't. And that's the thing. You can't battle yourself in saying that we would have died when we didn't. We're here. We're okay. And we just need to rest and get past it. Don't blame yourself for something you couldn't control.
But the power was in my abilities. That is the absolute worst of it. But you are right. I'm glad no one's life was taken. And she will look to Rezmir. I am sorry for attacking you. And then look to Vimok. You as well, Vimok. Thank you.
We keep making deals with things that we should not, and it keeps biting us in our ass.
I feel like we shouldn't
with this
really
vampire,
do that.
and she almost killed us. We have made a deal with fucking giants, and they will too try to kill us. Who else are we going to make a deal with just to keep this dragon queen bitch from coming back?
Whoever we have to.
No, we must just find a way to not make deals and just get to this well of dragons and slay that bitch before she returns.
Well, perhaps in our free time here, once we've rested.
We go get the treasure and we slay these giants.
I would like to take it upon myself to go after that vampire.
We must kill her. We must rid the world of that bitch.
We don't know what would happen the next time she tries to come at us when we're sleeping.
The next time, she may come after one of you that are not simply in a trance.
We must stay in a room together. We cannot be separated.
I think that is best.
I can take the back. I can take the back,
and Freddy walks away. We say we cannot be separated, and he walks away from us?
I cannot stand to be in that room, Vimok.
Well, then we will go to a room together.
Vimok makes a fair point. We must stick together.
And Ireva will wait for the others to leave, and she will follow behind.
Where to, Freddy?
Her tower.
Wherever you go, I go.
Her tower stands precarious and in ruins.
She is weak. She ran because we have weakened her. We go now. I cannot rage anymore, but we go now and kill her. We slay her now.
We are all weak, though.
Perhaps enough blasts, and we'll be able to take the tower down with her inside.
Is it daylight outside?
I don't know.
It is still nighttime.
Vimok, perhaps we allow ourselves to rest the rest of the night. She will not heal in time. And during the daylight hours, we make our way to that tower and we wait for her. We will attack her while she is resting.
And then we simply take the top off of the tower and expose it to the sun. Yes? To hell with what the giant cares. We will kill him too.
She doesn't like daylight, so that, it makes a perfect opportunity for us to attack.
You have powerful magics. You can make a fire, yes?
I cannot make a fire. I can make a flame. That is there.
I say he's up by Freddy.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm capable of making fire. You've seen this, Vimok.
Yes, that's just what I'm saying.
I do not have the arcane power left to...
Well, we must rest, yes. We rest.
Do the big fireworks anymore.
We rest and then we go in the morning.
When it is light, that is our best friend. The sun
Especially
will be our ally against that evil witch. D-Mock walks over here to where Freddy was sleeping. Come. He thinks this is where Freddy was sleeping because it has a bed in it. He figures that's where Freddy's going to be sleeping.
Ureva follows behind, warily looking around for any other.
Remember, do not touch that chest in the corner.
Why?
Just don't, VMOC. Trust me. We'll deal with it in the morning.
Ureva, you go inside. I'll sit against the door this time.
Everybody inside.
We will all be inside. You and I can both rest leaning against the door.
I'll take this side, you take the other. And let's close this door. That way, if anybody tries to disturb us in our sleep, we will know with the door being opened.
She does not need to open doors.
No, I'm half tempted to just teleport myself to the top of her tower and take her on myself.
That is foolish.
I
She
know.
merely touched you and you were under her whim.
I understand. I will not do that. I want her dead, though.
She is weakened. She must rest also. We will go when the sun is high.
Doesn't she regain her health by biting of the others, though?
Oh, she took much of mine, yes?
She took some of mine as well.
Well, rest and regain your health.
Yes, that is a good...
All right, so we're taking extended rest. You're finishing the extended rest?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
much got to. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
With the threat of Sandesil having now subsided and gone away, every deal has been made, bargained, and completed, and the Hoard of the Dragon Queen has been secured with the aid of the giants. These 5 heroes, having taken their long journey together, overcoming so much together, and going through so much as well. Each of you drift off into your dreams. Rosemary, knowing the deal that had been struck with the Raven Queen, having stared death straight into the face, being given another chance. Rosemary, raised from her own what's that called? Purgatory. Rosemary, raised from her own purgatory by the blessing of the Raven Queen. A second chance at life, the sacrifice of her sister Hawkeye, now resting and at peace. Rosemary, vindicated, having achieved her own vengeance against Rezmir. Slurm, traveling as a way as a means of discovering a cure for her own sister, lying sick back at home, though she is far away. Perhaps these red wizards' tomes and knowledge of alchemy might discover a way to bring her sister back home, back to health. VMOC, the dreams that had spurred him onward towards the man with yellow hair. It appears a lie might have been told to him. That is for another time. Freddy, the reason for him being out in the world itself. Never could he have imagined that his beloved would be so far away from home. And though the grief nearly overtakes him. His keen mind now spins, wondering at the importance of Francesca being here. Not just a person of mere coincidence, but some importance to the Red Wizards. Or else she would have been left in her death. And as these dreams slowly fade into sleep, this is where we end the session.
Oh.
All right, so to wrap some things up, let's see. When you awake, of course, you are all able to benefit from an extended rest. Your hit point maximums return. So VMOC is at 93.
Yay!
Rezmir should be at 67. Should drop exhaustion, right, VMOC? So you should be
No exhaustion now, yeah.
no exhaustion. Okay.
No
Yay!
exhaustion.
And he's attuned
Finally.
to the mask. Yeah.
Finally, yeah.
So he's got dark vision while he's wearing the mask. He can breathe underwater.
Resistance to acid.
Resistance to acid.
Diplomacy bonuses against dragons.
Well,
Or black dragons.
I mean, he can.
Our diplomacy is going to be killing them, so let's
The
I mean-
D&D's peacemaker.
That's right.
You know, I mean, he can add his charisma bonus to his armor class. It's
That is
zero.
Zero.
I just see
If he
your,
had a breath weapon, it would recharge, but he
is
doesn't
true.
have one. So
and
he
Freddy's
can speak and
supposed to be
understand
at-
Draconic now. So look out, y'all. Him and Slurm can be like, what's up? Hey,
Excuse me, I have Draconic too.
All right, so him and Rezmir and Slurm can now like have a private conversation.
Wait, Ureva speaks Draconic.
Okay,
Yeah,
so now they can talk about Freddy.
Okay, so I have all of your stats completely normal now with all the max hit points and everything. Opening the chest, I'll just tell you right now, like it's magical, but there are no contents. An Arcana check could reveal that the magic chest is enchanted, tied to Rezmir, so that whatever was inside would be transported upon her death to to another location. Let's see. Yes, and you are traveling along with the giants towards the giant home, where we'll see.
Oh Lord!
All right, that was Hoard of the Dragon Queen. You have officially completed an entire adventure module, and
cool.
I am going to be taking a little hiatus, time away to adequately prepare and everything. At which point I will be sending out all the information, doing another session 0. Any of you that wish to continue, you can either bring the same characters or start a new character, completely up to you. And I'm pretty sure, we will be doing the Rise of Tiamat.
You don't have to know this, but just for my looking forward to it, do we know about how long until we'd start?
That's a good question.
Handful of weeks, maybe 4 weeks, 4 weeks. What I'm anticipating. All right.
Well, just keep us informed.
Yep. So I will be sending out all the pertinent information and everything within the Discord. And
Cool.
Very well done. I hope you all enjoyed playing with me. I certainly did. Pretty happy with how things have turned out. We've definitely got some stories going on here. I love it.
Sure. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Until
I really enjoyed
next
playing with you
time,
as well.
everybody.
Hey, man.
Take care,
Bye,
guys.
y'all.
Look forward to this
Bye.
continuing.
All right.
Yes.
All right. There we have it. We have the Hoard of the Dragon Queen completely finished. My first First ever 5th edition adventure module completed. And yes, it is time to go. I don't know, man. I'm like tuned out, I guess, a little bit. Big moment. The final session is done. Thank you to all of you who have tuned in. I saw we got up to a number of viewers. It's exciting stuff. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for being a part of this. The final session. Big moment. Stay tuned. Taking a little bit of a hiatus, but I am actually joining in a campaign of myself, having a session 0 tomorrow as a player. So that's exciting stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to stream, but we're gonna talk it out in session 0 and see if everybody else at the table is comfortable with that. But for now, we are done and complete. Gonna take some time off, recharge, adequately prepare. Gotta make my very own campaign journal campaign like player handbook thing, because the more that I have gotten to play, the more I have learned about the importance of different things, being adequately prepared and setting certain expectations. So I look forward to completing that, at which point we will start again completely anew. Thanks to all of you out there. Go ahead and tip your mugs back and pour those bad boys down your throat. Wet your whistle. Thanks for joining in. This has been the Tavern Read.